Good morning, doctor. Welcome back.
Good morning, Venkatesh. Nice to be back.
Great. So, as part of our series, we were talking about building our confidence, preparing ourselves in the last couple of sessions, and how preparation is an important part of dealing with any situation in life confidently. An important one is planning for our retirement and preparing for it. And that's why we thought it's a good time to pick up that topic. And who better than you, doctor, to talk us through that topic? Yes.
Yes. Good.
Great. So yes, over to you, doc.
Conjures up some visual or image in which you see an old man with an old wife with some walker or trucker or whatever instrument in hand, and moving half a step at a time, etc., etc. Now
Correct.
that moral describes what I am now, so I'm part of the
No,
game.
no. I think you're, by the grace of God, not in that situation. But yes, I guess
Yeah.
faculties do reduce. Correct.
Yeah, and it keeps reducing.
Right.
We will see how the mindset has to be managed.
Yeah.
So that ultimately will be the most important adjustment required.
Correct.
But the thing is going to be on the downslope, and if you are only worried about the downslope, your present may not look inviting at all.
Correct.
So you have to manage everything, in the
Correct.
positive sense.
Correct.
So next
Correct.
next slide, please. To understand old age or to understand retirement, you have to understand the phases of life God has given us.
Correct.
If God or Mother Nature has given us.
Correct.
Everybody knows that you can't be the way you are right now forever. Hmm?
Correct.
You
Correct.
may be handsome, but you may not be handsome next month. You know.
Correct.
So you may look like a picture of confidence and robustness and all that, but that's all going to go away. As
Correct.
Shankaracharya put it, the movement of the body and the mind will have to be sort of managed till the very end, which may be any time,
Correct.
and so forth.
Correct.
Our own lifespan or life cycle has been divided by our forefathers into four stages,
Correct.
and the four are as follows. Number one is brahmacharya, number two is grihastha, number three is vanaprastha, number four is sannyasa.
Correct.
Now, all these phases of life have to be gone through, have to be experienced. There is no escape. You
Correct.
can't say that suddenly, I'll cut short something and then I'll either do overdo grihastha or underdo grihastha, and I'll try to do sannyasa early and then, and so forth. Vanaprastha, we don't know. Many people don't even know what is vanaprastha. So
Correct.
we have to understand all that. So all these four stages have to be gone through, and you cannot cut short and do one or two stages across the line.
Correct.
You have to wait. You have to wait linearly for your
Correct.
turn to come. Your turn of brahmacharya, your turn of grasta, your turn of vanaprastha, and so forth. So you have to wait for your turn.
Correct.
And so if you don't do that, you are in for trouble.
Correct.
Contrary-wise, you should also know that there is a turn, inevitable turn in your life,
Correct.
and where you are now is not going to be there for good. You
Correct.
know, like some Greek philosophers put, "This too shall pass." So
Correct.
if you are enjoying a lot of money and beauty and everything, you tend to believe that you are the most handsome fellow in the world, and then you realize very soon that handsomeness is gone,
Correct.
because something else has come.
Correct.
So, and so forth. And one after another. It
Correct.
is sequential. It's very important to know that it is sequential.
Correct.
Otherwise, you're in for disappointment.
Correct.
If it is, if you are jumping across lines, you'll be in for disappointment.
Correct.
You have to, okay, this too shall pass, the Greek philosopher said. So this too you will also pass.
Correct.
And many people, like Muhammad Ali, he was number one man.
Correct.
Till one fine he got into Alzheimer's problem.
Right. Parkinson's. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
Muhammad Ali was ruling the rule, the biggest and the most powerful man.
Correct.
And so forth. And before you say Jack Robinson, he got
Correct.
into dementia.
Correct.
And Ronald Reagan had dementia. Everybody had. I will have, you will have, Venkatesh will have.
Correct.
So there's no point in resenting it. Or
Correct.
there's no point in doing some wishful thinking that it won't happen to you.
Correct.
Hmm? Happen to the guy next door, but it's not going to happen to you. If you think that way, you are just being foolhardy,
Yeah.
and you're not going to live life properly, because if
Correct.
you are in stage one, you are jumping into stage three and vice versa, or you want to hold back,
Correct.
a stage. It's,
Stay in stage
yeah,
one or stay in stage two forever. Not possible. Correct.
yeah. So be ready. No,
Correct.
the slogan is be ready
Correct.
and you accept. Be
Correct.
ready, accept. You accept it.
Correct.
Today, for example, I'm 82 running.
Correct.
And if I wish I were, like Yayati, the proverbial Muni, the king who wanted to
Right.
cut short and maintain his youthfulness and so forth.
Correct.
There is a big story behind that. But he was not willing to accept, so he wanted to borrow youth.
Correct.
Youth was sale. What was the sale? His own all ornaments and money and gold and everything.
Correct.
He threw that money into the frame, and then you thought that everything will be fine, which was actually. He could buy his youth. Being a king, he could purchase his youth, but even that wouldn't last.
Correct.
When your purchasing power goes down, you ask any economist. So like today, my purchasing power is half of what it was, and so forth.
Correct.
So accept.
Correct.
Accept, and then if you accept, then you can enjoy the rest of your journey. If you don't
Correct.
accept,
Correct.
if you don't accept, you are resenting all the time.
Correct.
Oh my God, my muscles are gone, my grip strength is gone, everything is gone. Everything is
Correct.
going to go.
Correct.
And it creates anger in you.
Correct.
Because if it's not going to revert, you can't. The graph cannot be reversed.
Correct.
If you are hoping and longing that it's going to happen soon, like even my parents or my children and so forth will say, okay, don't worry, it'll be all right. No, it'll never be all right. You accept it.
Correct.
So it
Correct.
may sound funny and crazy.
No, but it is absolutely true. I think what you have said across these two slides is the crux of the matter. You first cannot expect that any phase is going to remain forever. You can't sort of run them in a different sequence. They have to come in the sequence they will come. And most importantly, you have to accept it. If you don't
Right.
accept it, then there is a problem. To that Yayati's point, he went and tried to finally exchange his youth with his son. And his son said, okay. But shortly he realized that's not going to work either. So,
Yeah.
so there is acceptance is the only way. Absolutely. This is, I would say, the single most important point for preparing or planning anything for retirement or anything else. Correct.
Right. Volumes and volumes are written about old age.
Correct.
And most of the people don't say that you accept. The word
Correct.
acceptance is a little difficult to swallow. Why should I accept?
Correct.
There is a resistance to acceptance.
Correct.
And
as we will see soon, right? I mean, these whole things of age is just a number.
Yeah.
It is about mindset. But if you try to deny your age or you try to deny its existence, you are in for trouble, as we are about to soon discuss.
Right. Now, one interesting point about these life stages is that, there is this Islamic saying around Agra and Delhi.
Tughlaq,
where
around the king Tughlaq. Yes.
The sultans used to sort of enjoy, and
Right.
he had a hat of 100 ladies or something, and then he was enjoying himself. And then there at the border, the soldiers came and said, well, we are in for trouble.
Correct.
You are, the Delhi particular, he said Delhi is too far away. That's what his...
The enemy is too far away. Delhi is very far for the enemy. And so there is a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the enemy turned up.
Yeah. Now this Hanos is of course younger guy. Delhi is Delhi.
Correct.
Dur Asta is a Islamic language, Urdu language of it is Dur hai. Delhi
Correct.
Dur hai.
Correct.
So Delhi is Dur hai. Because his youthful intoxication made him say all these things.
Correct.
And he said, Delhi na, are, दूर है. That he used to dismiss in a little bigger age group, etc.,
Correct.
saying that Delhi दूर है.
Correct.
But eventually, the enemies came knocking on his gate,
Correct.
and then I don't know whether he died or but it didn't work out. He was
Correct.
neither
Correct.
in Delhi nor in heaven nor in hell, but
Correct.
he is gone.
Correct.
Uh,
So
this
yeah,
Sultan,
another form of denial, right? Basically saying, yeah, it's far
correct,
away, it's far away, it's far away. You're
correct,
better off accepting that yes, it's coming, and again, you can't preempt it, but you have to accept that it's coming.
correct. Acceptance, actually, Hanu's Delhi Durast, that's the original. Delhi Dur Hai is the Hindi version.
Hindi version. Correct.
Eventually, it is that. But
Correct.
eventually, it is all a question of denying. Delhi,
Correct.
Delhi नजदीक नहीं है, Delhi
Correct.
दूर है. He said to Delhi नजदीक नहीं है, you know. And so he says Delhi नजदीक नहीं है, नजदीक नहीं है. That is real negative, दूरस्थ is positive.
Correct. Yeah.
He can reach
Basically,
it.
denial. One way or the other, denial. Correct.
Yeah. So that is something that you have to eschew, avoid, and so forth.
Correct.
That is the problem or the crux of middle age and old age, because
Correct.
middle age starts and ends with old age.
Correct.
I don't know whether it ends or not. Middle age,
Yeah, middle age
many
is when you have to face that the next stage is very much going to be old age. And that's when the
right.
problem is, right? That's when much, the whatever midlife crisis, a lot of it comes from this denial that, oh, I'm now very close to old age. So very difficult for people to accept. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there
I'm in late
are
middle age. So, I can totally relate, right? Many of my contemporaries are going through the stage before yours, which is unable to accept that the very next stage that is down in another 6-7 years is the
right.
status of senior citizen, right?
Right. And this denial can be seen in various forms and at various stages.
Correct.
So, for example, a cancer patient,
Correct.
people know that even the patient himself knows that he's not going to be around anymore. But after a
Correct.
while means,
Yeah.
so he is clinging on to the hope that his cancer will let him live tomorrow, day after, next year, and he'll keep on living despite the cancer because
Correct.
his mindset is prepared like that.
Correct.
Otherwise, people say, Arey, it's okay, it's okay, chalta hai. That is a bit of a stupid way of looking at things because it is not okay.
Correct.
Where it is not okay, you accept it,
Correct.
and
And
that's
if you
what
accept, you can start doing this, which is you can start
exactly.
planning and working towards goals. Correct.
Yeah. So, so retirement achievement goals are to be understood.
Correct.
What is it you want in your retirement age? Because the calendar is not going to stop, the
Correct.
clock is not going to stop, and even if you try to hold back the arms of a clock, the clock will move,
Correct.
and the things will move in that
Correct.
direction.
Correct.
And accept it because every morning, instead of saying that today is going to be a great day and we live in fool's paradise, and
Correct.
people encourage fool's paradises, particularly HR departments of various organizations.
Right.
They encourage fool's paradise because it's easier to say, aha, theek ho jayega, Delhi durasti, that kind of a
Correct.
thing. But
Correct.
instead of that, I would say realistic is better than optimistic. Now, people say
Correct.
optimism, and I will say realism.
No, and I think
And
they are not mutually exclusive in that if you are realistic, you can start doing something constructive.
correct,
There is a difference between living in fool's paradise and being optimistic. Optimistic can simply be that you are going to start doing something with your reality, whatever your reality is, right?
right, very
Which is
true.
so it starts with planning is you need to achieve goals. Sorry, a bit of a time check. We have many slides to go.
Okay,
So basically now we have moved from acceptance to what can we do about it. That doesn't mean
right,
that you can't do anything about your retirement. There is a lot of constructive things you can do, and this slide talks about income, but there is a lot more goals you can set. Yes, over to you,
right.
Doctor.
Yeah. So next slide, please.
Yeah,
So most important thing is to have a life insurance policy or a plan or something.
correct,
And that is number one requirement of retirement. You insure yourself somewhere, so you have a mooring somewhere.
Correct.
And
It is
with
not
that,
only the literal meaning of insurance, it is literally you need to figure out a plan, right? Financial and
correct, correct.
otherwise. Correct.
In which life insurance, money-wise insurance plays an important
Important.
role.
Correct.
So you see a lot of money being stacked up there. I don't know
Correct.
whether the things will go up and up with life insurance, but at least they should be there steady or not decline too much. That is life
Correct.
insurance in
Correct.
old
Correct.
age. Next
Correct.
slide, please.
Yeah. Now, I think one of the important points, because both these had a financial element, is simply that one of the first things in middle age, the stage just before, is to remember that you are going to reach a stage where you need some of your financial resources, and not in middle age to squander them on the assumption you will earn forever. You have to assume that you are not going to be able to earn the same way. Is a very basic
Right.
of retirement planning before we go to the more evolved part. Yes.
Correct, correct. Now, it will be interesting to know that the Gen Z, the youngest generation in the planet,
Correct.
on the planet, whatever, you know, that itself is preparing for retirement.
Yes.
The guy, the boy is what, maybe 10 years old. He's
Or
sitting
20
there with
years
his
old, if
homework.
not 10, yeah, 15, 20 years old.
And, and his parents come and say, start planning for your retirement. Say, Daddy, kya pagal ho gaya kya? Like that.
No,
But it
that's
is true.
The
You know,
Gen Z is actually, like you said, they are the guys who are saying, no, no, I want to retire early. They're sort of trying to, like you said, they have another problem. They are trying to preempt it too much. They want to enter
yeah,
retirement phase very, very early on the assumption that retirement is just, chill and time pass.
right, right, right. And the fact that it is going to be a one-way traffic, that takes time for your mind to accept.
Correct,
Everywhere, one-way traffic is the rule now
correct,
onwards. And so when you start planning, you have to build all that into account,
correct,
and then and that planning should start early enough. For example, in medicine,
correct,
there is a big artery from the heart going out to the other tissues
correct,
called aorta.
correct,
Aorta is a big blood vessel,
correct,
and this boy, if you have to look at his aorta, he will be seeing a lot of changes already happening at the age of 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever.
correct,
And it's part of your body is retiring, but it doesn't show. It
correct.
doesn't show. But the body
Slowly.
is
Yeah.
reacting. The body is reacting, and the body tells you, okay, start reacting and start doing something positive. But then he will say, Dili Durast again. The same thing.
Correct,
Who plans aortic anatomy at the age of 10 and so forth?
correct,
But it is there. The awareness of Gen Z retirement is increasing.
correct,
Yeah. So for which, of course, various schemes and courses are organized and applied
correct,
and so forth. The
correct,
important thing at that stage, or more or less at any stage, is that you have to prepare for the unexpected.
correct,
Now, we need not get too much into this
correct,
because you have to prepare, assuming that that is part of expectation and
correct,
so forth. But
correct.
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Next slide,
yeah,
please.
yeah. No, and I
We are
guess
okay.
while,
Time is-
yeah, yeah, we are fine. We are fine. I was just making you aware that we had more stuff.
Yeah.
I was just saying that while some of the visuals are all about financial planning in the last 4 or 5 slides, I think you
Right.
alluded to the fact that it is not just financial, it's physical planning. So all of this begins to become your investment in exercise, etc., as we are about to see. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So, in a strange way, as we are calling it old age, many people take offense, old age, old age. Don't use the word old age.
Right.
By not using the term old age, you are not going to become
Doesn't
young.
disappear. Correct.
So, but then to prove their point that they are good, that my biceps are still good, my eyesight is still good, I can do ABCD exercise and I can take this and take that in my stride and so forth. All that, if you are doing it in a very unrealistic way,
Correct.
I would say optimism, it is a bravado. Bravado is, you are doing something out of bravery,
Correct.
and and you don't know how to get back,
Correct.
and you're
Correct.
not able to sustain this. For example, dyeing one's hair,
Correct.
dyeing. I know of a professor, a very beautiful lady in Chennai.
Right.
Uh, Many representatives used to go and flock around her because she was very good looking.
Right.
And, you know, and in the latter half of my association with that hospital,
Right.
that he was holding on to her makeup,
Right.
rigidly holding on to her physical makeup.
Right.
And one fine morning, she had to accept it that her skin is going to be what it is going to be,
Correct.
and so forth.
Correct.
So that clinging on to that in a very foolish, dogged, dreamy-eyed way is bravado.
Correct.
The same, like people say, okay, I can cross the Atlantic and do all this, that is just
Correct.
thinking about it is a bravado. But if you operationalize it, then
Correct.
it is pragmatism,
Correct.
etc., which we
Correct.
see. So bravado should be avoided.
Correct.
Hmm? And people often say age is just a number,
Correct.
which is nonsense. I would say don't say age is just a number.
Correct.
Age is very much aging.
Correct.
If you're if you're a retina or if your joints or other things are
Yeah.
going down the slope.
Neurological, muscular,
Yeah, everything.
circulatory, digestive,
Dementia,
everything. Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So you can't simply say that age is just a number and I'll do whatever I feel like. And
Correct.
many people end up getting injured also when they're trying
Correct.
to do
Correct.
tricks, because they are
No,
resisting.
and putting a
Yeah,
positive thing to this, I think, for example, I'll just give your own example. You've been doing weights for the last 60 odd years, right? Best I know, at least from the time I
right,
was a boy, you have been doing weights and you're still doing them. But
right,
on a positive note, about 3 years ago, you recognized that you had to add exercises for flexibility,
right,
which was something you could take for granted for the previous 30 years, saying that okay,
right,
weights is enough to take care of everything and walking is enough. But now balance and flexibility, you need a routine for it. Recognizing it has allowed you to add that to your routine, right? If you had
right,
denied it, you would not have added it. You would have only continued to do weights, and that would have been
correct,
to your detriment, right? So,
right,
all of these adjustments, absolutely, right? That doesn't mean you drop your weights, but you're not trying to do the same weights you were doing, let's say, 10 years ago, right? You have reduced your
right,
weights, but you've increased your flexibility exercise and your balance exercise. Is one good way of using this constructively, right?
right. Very true, very true. Good, good. Okay, as part of this, age is just a number, the bravado we are talking about,
Correct.
there is another saying which says, you are always as young as you feel. Now, this
Correct.
again, invitation to fool's paradise.
Correct. Correct.
You
Correct.
are in a paradise which is basically a fool's paradise.
Correct.
Excuse me. And movies were made out of that. Various statements and conferences and whatever were centered around you are as young as you feel. And
Correct.
people started to use it in their personal life, whether you are going for a date or something, you want to impress your girlfriend and you are trying to do crazy things and then get into trouble.
Correct.
Many times they get into trouble because they expect the other party to be as young as you feel you are inside, whereas the other party is not as young. So the other party gets upset and so forth.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
I
very
think,
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think one statement you make often is, and again, it is one that people don't sort of feel comfortable with. Spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, right?
Right, right,
And actually, that is an acceptance of reality. None of this is to suggest that you should become defeatist. We are not saying that at all. But you can be a lot more constructive if you accept the reality and then tailor your planning, tailor your activities for it. Is the point we are making, right, doctor?
right. Right, absolutely right, absolutely right. So do feel young as you feel, but then your feeling be kept within the boundaries.
Yes, correct, correct,
Suddenly decide to jump over the Atlantic
correct,
without a
correct,
parachute.
correct,
So, and in this context, many people tend to compare.
correct,
These comparisons occur in old age, in middle age, in school going age, or whatever. For
correct,
example, your son is in the fifth standard, and you want your son to be as bright and brilliant as the neighbor's son. And so you tell your son, look at so and so, how he is, he's so clever, he's so intelligent, and so forth. And you dumbo idiot, or what you are. This
correct,
kind of comparisons occur, and that is very harmful to the development of the child's psyche.
correct,
So comparisons are odious,
correct,
and the sooner the family recognizes it, the sooner in old age you have to compare you have to like with like,
correct,
you, you have to compare with, if at all you
correct,
compare
correct,
with your parallel age group,
correct.
not otherwise.
No, and
So,
I think one of the things we have discussed, and this is a very important point, and I don't think we have more slides on this one, so let's talk about it here. Even when you compare with people who are the same chronological age, right? You are an 80-year-old, somebody is an 80-year-old, but everybody is not at the same stage of aging, and that has
right,
various factors, right? It is genetic, it has got whatever has been environment, etc. So somebody may have more faculties on one dimension at 80, and another one may have different ones, and if you compare and say, no, no, that person is going hiking, so I want to go hiking, or
right,
vice versa, the person who's going hiking tells the other guy, Ari, come, no problem. But the person who is not in a position to do it actually now falls or breaks a hip and loses mobility. All of this is, it is better to be constructive by recognizing one's own reality, right? That's the point, I guess, around
right, right.
comparison. Yeah.
Very true, very
Oops,
true.
sorry, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Comparing is okay, provided you compare it in terms of like,
Yeah.
realizing,
Constructive, what is possible within the limits, etc.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah. And you have the potential, but you are not exploiting it. So there you have to compare yourself with somebody like
Exactly. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah.
so you awaken, you awaken the
Yeah.
genie within you,
Correct.
and uh, and then set it as a standard for your comparison, and so on.
Uh,
There are ways of doing it. There are ways and
It's
ways
all
of it.
about balance. I think that's why, the whole theme across everything is about balance. It's not like you are saying give up or don't act. All of this is about action. But it is about,
Right,
and even comparison, like you said, I loved what you said. You have to see to it that you're not wasting any potential that can be used, right? For
right,
which you have to
right.
do your recognition of your potential and compare accordingly. Correct?
Correct. Very true.
Yeah,
But sooner or later, you reach this so-called real senior citizenship stage of your life.
correct.
You know, and senior citizen again is a word, is an expression which could be looked at as derogatory. If
Right,
you come up with an old man who is taking the help of a stick and going around, and he's an old man. So,
correct,
old man is a very terse kind of a statement.
correct,
And अरे वो बुड्ढा हो गया in Hindi, it's more powerful.
correct,
And then why? Because you are not walking with a stick, the other guy is walking with a stick, and so forth.
correct.
Or the other way around, the other guy is not walking with the lift. You walk with the help of a stick. And it's just an
Correct.
example.
Correct.
This comparability of physical state of an individual
Correct.
that is going to happen.
Correct.
Like Aldous Huxley in his Brave New World, he said uh, he didn't like old age, and
Right.
New World he wrote in which everybody will live in a plateau till he comes to the age of 60,
Right.
and the next thing you're dead.
Right.
How come you're dead? No, he said the society will kill you.
Right.
He didn't like infirm people to live around and spoil the quality of life of the rest of the people.
Correct.
So he will say that you are living in the best of your health till the last day
All
of
the
your
way till at one point and then suddenly it will be gone. Correct.
yeah. So they said okay, but then soon they realized that the readers of the particular novel or a fiction,
Correct.
semi-fiction,
It is fiction. Correct.
he
Brave New
made
World.
him,
Correct. Yeah.
yeah, Brave New World revisited. He wrote one sequel to that.
Correct.
Revisited. Then he was ready to allow, a little some kind of a tapering off
Correct.
rather than very abrupt killing somebody.
Correct.
But I don't know what happened after that.
Correct.
It's either way, it is very tough
Correct.
to
I think
kill
the important
somebody.
correct. No, the important point, I guess, in all of this, I guess, and that's why it's been the theme across. Assistance is going to be required. It's not going to be like you said just now, there is no abrupt binary transition from healthy and strong to dead, right? And there is this phase, and I think one of the key things for seniors is to accept assistance. That assistance
Right,
can be in different forms. It can be for a particular activity, it can be for a particular part of your, work, and assistance can even be just reaching out to people of your own age group. One of the benefits is like spending more time. But I think assistance and acceptance of assistance is an important point. I think we were trying to touch on. Correct?
right. And the word assisted living, if you like,
Correct.
uh, was sort of coined, and it has become acceptable that you accept your assisted living.
Correct, correct,
You accept that you require assistance in living, and
correct.
when somebody is as primitive as living, because binary living is binary, either you are living or you are dead. So in that, from that stage, you are looking at a tapering off of your mental state and physical state. And
Correct.
that is where you have a prolonged period of assisted living.
Correct.
Now, all these old age homes and so forth, they charge a lot of money because they require that kind of physical help and
Infrastructure.
support.
Correct.
And so it is inevitable. More and more assisted living groups are getting formed.
Correct.
And the managers and in these places do a very sincere job
Correct.
of
No, and I
catering.
think just also it's important to make the point, assisted living need not be, like for example in our situation, assisted living is not necessarily in a facility called an assisted living. So
Right,
acceptance of assistance even in one's own home can be
right.
part of assisted living. So assisted living is a concept. It can be, let's say, for those who don't have family nearby, their children are abroad or whatever, then maybe it has to mean going to a home, as it were, right, where everything is
Right,
managed for you. But if
right,
you go
right.
back to the days of the joint family, you had assisted living in situ. In situ as in you had assisted living where you were, right?
Yeah,
And so assistance is the point. Where you receive it and how you receive it, you can accept it in different forms, and the more flexible you are, the better, right?
right, right.
Doctor, I think we have only a few minutes left and two slides, so maybe we'll move on to the next two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Move on,
Yeah,
yeah.
last two.
Now, in the context of working from home, which is
Correct,
more or less a new norm in many places,
correct,
assisted living and senior citizenship, etc., will have different meanings and different connotations.
correct,
But it's important to know that there is an option of working from home
correct,
available to people even much earlier than they would have otherwise imagined. You know,
correct, correct.
but that's working from home is a thing on which we can have a separate
Yes, I think
workshop.
it's and especially in this context of what it can mean for people transitioning from middle to senior, it,
Yeah,
like you said, this tapering is possible because of work from home.
right, right, right. So
And of
finally,
course, yes, you had to have
no,
this one. Yes.
no. Finally, from my side, yours is the real thing.
No, no,
AI.
no. I was saying AI. I was saying AI, not about you or me. I was saying that, and now AI is changing some more stuff. Correct. Yes, go ahead.
No, since the last few years, this
Correct.
AI thing has pervaded each and every dimension of life,
Correct.
and assisted living is one of that.
Correct.
With AI coming up, the very imaginative way the AI is being
Used.
used,
Correct.
the senior citizenship concept itself will change a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. For example, in AI, you have to teach somebody a program or something.
Correct.
That teaching somebody a program with AI
Is
may
much
not
easier.
happen. Yeah, it's easier, and it's also more difficult because it is getting more and more advanced, and you are not in a position to catch up and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but it is happening.
Correct.
So, one way or
No,
the
this
other,
is a
AI.
dimension. I think the last two slides actually almost merit, even though this is a series on wellness, their impact on wellness is multidimensional, right?
Right,
On the one hand, AI may cause retirement to be contemplated earlier, whatever retirement
right,
means. And because, AI will take on tasks that people were doing. And so you have to contemplate retirement maybe a little earlier. On the other hand,
right,
AI may help people, some things, for example, even as you are visually impaired or whatever, AI as it gets more advanced can help you, is another aspect of what you can do. And you combine it with
right,
work from home, more possibilities. Yes.
right.
So,
So,
closing thoughts, doctor?
yeah, go ahead.
No, no, please, any from you before I summarize?
As usual, yours. It's yours. All yours.
No, so I think one of the so today our topic was retirement planning, and what we were discussing was fundamentally the running theme was you have to accept that a tapering down or a sloping down of the graph. Each of these words people resist and deny. They don't like the word sloping down. They don't like decline. They don't like aging as words. But all of those are denial, and denial is the opposite of acceptance. Acceptance allows us to have a realistic and constructive plan for our old age. Of course, starting with financial, but health as well. And I think doctor talked about things like bravado and denial prevent you from doing important things for yourself, right? Including setting a nice plan for what you can do with your time, how you can use work from home, how you can use technology, and most importantly, use assistance to keep your quality of life up in whatever form. Does that make sense, doctor?
Yeah, absolutely. Good as usual.
Thank
Wait
you.
for the. Thank you.
And look forward to the next one. I think we've got some interesting thoughts for other sessions from this one, and we'll build on
Uh,
those. Yeah. See you
Good,
next
good.
time. Thank you,
All
doctor.
right.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.